Every day this week, you need to look in the mirror and say, you are God's treasured possession. You are God's treasured possession. Sometimes you need to be reminded of who you are so that you can be reminded of how you are to live. You yourself have seen what I did to Egypt and how I carried you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now, if you obey me fully and keep my covenant, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession. Verse 4, how people are saved. Verse 5, how saved people should live. I'm charging you, dear family, to memorize verse 5. Now, if you obey me fully and keep my covenant, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession. Remember that. Anytime he's calling you out of something, anytime he's delivering you out of something, anytime he's setting you free out of something, he's calling you into something else. So he's calling you out of darkness and into his marvelous light. He's calling you out of slavery and into freedom. So if the Lord is calling you out of something, he's calling you into something. But here's the thing. In the in-between, he's calling us to change from the inside out. See, if you had all of God's promises landed on you all at once, how many of you can testify that if you had all of God's promises and his blessings landed on you, that you would squander them away? Like the prodigal son, because you didn't have the character to steward all of his promises. And God seeks to change us, to call us out of Egypt, and then to call Egypt out of us. So we have to begin to see ourselves with a new identity. 430 years is a long time to be in slavery. 430 years is a long time to see yourself as a slave, to be conditioned to have a slave and a poverty mindset. And so there had to be a change in God's people so that they would begin to see themselves as his most treasured possession.